A grimoire, simply put, is an ancient book of spells. Through history, a textbook of alleged lost arts that include instruction for talismanic magic, divination, and in some cases the summoning and subsequent invocation of supernatural entities, demons and spirits. Most of these are differing versions of the same text, but somewhere through the bizarre channels of history, a few of them have managed to cling to the fringes of dusty old bookshelves and shut away libraries. So just in case you're a budding demonologist, we better take a look. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Scariest channel on YouTube, top 5 scary videos. As always, I'll be your spirit guide Jack Finch as we delve deep into the vaults of ancient history and take a look at the top 5 scariest demonic grimoires. Roll the clip.
Afraid not. Fatter and big, stout, mangy feline. Still alive?
I mean, I'm no expert, but I guess it's safe to say that for any budding amateur demonologist, then this is a list of required reading, although the vast majority of them are pretty inaccessible, so props to you if you can read ancient Sumerian or even Latin, because Latin non est bonum meum. Before we begin, guys, you know how it is by now. If you're a fan of this video, lost literature, or just top 5 scary videos in general, then please be a dear and hit that thumbs up button, as well as that subscribe bell so you can stay up to date with our latest and greatest uploads. Make sure to stick around all the way to the end, where I'll be reading out some of your most creative comments from the past few days. Kicking off at number 5, the Munich Manual of Demonic Magic. A text supposedly written sometime in the 15th century, the Munich Manual of Demonic Magic is a grimoire manuscript that describes the lost ancient rites of demonic knowledge. It is claimed that this text has been largely ignored by scholars throughout history due to its malevolent nature. The text, which is solely composed in Latin, is pretty much a handbook to demonology, and much more worryingly appears to be a handy guide to necromancy. Although it was my favourite class in Diablo 2, Fishymancer. If you know, you know. The text was later picked up and an edited manuscript was published in 1998 by Richard Kieckhofer, an American medievalist and religious historian, where it was renamed Forbidden Rites and Necromancer's Manual of the 15th Century. Stranger still, though, a vast portion of this book has yet to be fully translated, so who knows what the hell is lurking deep within its message. Coming in at number 4, Picatrix, which is a word that I just love saying. Picatrix. Almost sounds cute, right? Well, unfortunately, it's pretty far from that. It has been summarized as the most thorough exposition of celestial magic in Arabic. In actual fact, though, Picatrix is a 400-page book of magic and astrology, originally written in Arabic under the title Gayat al-Hakim, allegedly dated all the way back to the 11th century, although some scholars have argued that it was in actual fact written in the first half of the 10th century. Gayat al-Hakim loosely translates to the aim of the sage or the goal of the wise. It wasn't until 1256 when it was translated into Spanish by Alfonso X of Castile and later into Latin, where it picked up the name Picatrix. The book synthesizes ancient works of magic with astrology and outlines a practice known as talismanic magic, a celestial power that allegedly draws on the cosmic will of the universe. It also draws on the Neoplatic theory of hypostasis, which essentially is the idea that there's always a bigger fish, and it may or may not be a demon. Next up at number 3, the Grand Grimoire. A text so nefarious and mysterious that most people believe that it's kept deep in the bowels of the Vatican Church's ancient vaulted archives, which, sadly for us, isn't open to the public. While there is no evidence for this, the Grand Grimoire has nevertheless gained notoriety throughout the modern era, with its legend being popularized in the early 20th century. Plain and simple, this grimoire outlines black magic, with different editions dating the book between 1521, 1522 and 1421 respectively, although the most likely versions were written in the early 19th century. The Grand Grimoire is also known as Le Dragon Rouge, or the Red Dragon, and is later divided into 2 sections: the Sanctum Regnum, which outlines the instructions for making a pact with a demon and commanding the spirit through the means of a blasting rod into doing the reader's bidding, including instructions to make a pact with the devil. The second part is known as Le Secret Magique ou le Grand Art de pouvoir parler aux morts, which is the secret magic or the grand art of being able to speak with the dead, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. Swinging in at number 2, the Sworn Book of Honorius, and this is perhaps one of the oldest existing medieval grimoires that can actually be verified in its entirety. It's important to note that this grimoire shouldn't be confused with the grimoire of Pope Honorius, because this one is an entirely different story. Written by Honorius of Thebes, a mysterious historical figure shrouded in the occult, this grimoire is pretty much a play-by-play guide on how to conjure and command demons and allegedly contact a divine celestial power. It outlines the use of seals, an operation outlined in the Key of Solomon, which may or not be on this list. The first medieval reference of this text was in 1347. It appears numerous times throughout history, in 1456 and frequently throughout the 14th and 15th century. Allegedly, the Sworn Book of Honorius is a product of a conference of magicians who thought it would be a grand old idea to stick their heads together and condense all that vast mystical knowledge into one single volume. Wow, that volume just so happened to be a staggering 93 chapters of demonic, all-powerful, mystical know-how. That's some pretty heavy reading. And finally, our number one spot, the magical treatise of Solomon, and the primary means that we even understand the term demon. The magical treatise of Solomon is some mystical, funky stuff shrouded in the mystery of an ancient world. Well, the Byzantine Empire to be specific. Also known by its more lofty name, the little key of the whole art of hygromancy, found by several craftsmen and by the holy prophet Solomon, which, you know, if you're going to name something, you may as well name it in full. This grimoire is literally the cornerstone of every grimoire ever made, and serves as the bridge between the Roman era Testament of Solomon and the Renaissance Key of Solomon, where the mystical era of demonology made its return. Allegedly, it was based upon the found scripture of King Solomon, laying out his knowledge to his son Rehoboam, and it is pretty much a guidebook on a vast amount of magical techniques and tools to summon and control a host of demonic spirits, create charms, understand the differing means of divination, and heal through the powerful use of herbalism. Whatever your thoughts, there's no doubt that the magical treatise of Solomon had a massive influence on everything from folklore and witchcraft to horror cinema and even Harry Potter, and whatever it is, it makes for a bloody interesting story. Well, there we have it folks, the top 5 scariest demonic grimoires. But before we depart, let's read out some of your greatest comments from the past few days. Background Noise says, this channel is Watch Mojo for horror. Wow, background noise, that's a good thing, right? I don't know, pretty high praise, but we're a bit more niche, right? Next up, Og Narugul says, the witch in the background comes too frequently. Please make the GIF longer or something, it's driving me nuts. Well, that is an absolutely astute observation, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe the editors will magically hear this phrase and do something about it. Well, I guess it's out of my hands now. Thanks for stopping by, horror fans. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to speak your mind in the comment box down below. Leave us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe bell. As always, I've been your host, Jack Finch. You've been watching Top 5 Scary Videos, and until next time, you take it easy.